So Nikos' speech is going to focus on on combining tools in order to avoid click activism. Nikos is Panagiotou. It's a professor at the Aristotle University in Greece, and also a Google research scholar. And his topic is about campaign for youth for European elections, for the European parliamentary elections.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. You know that one thing when you are the last speaker, the positive thing when you're a last speaker, it is that you get a big applause from everyone because they want to get rid of you, because they're thinking drinks, food, etc., for all the things that we're not here for. The negative thing is that you get as much time as you want because the guy in charge, he got really bored about it. So actually, okay, I'm not going to give you a hard time, okay? I promise that, because I can really understand that you want to give me a big applause. So, my name is Nikos. I'm going to actually present you the campaign that we have run for the European parliamentary elections. And our campaign was targeted at youth. And we have run this campaign supported for the European parliamentary elections of 2019, supported actually for the European Parliament. So can I have my slides? Otherwise, I don't know what to say. So our campaign started from a single specific thing, that in order to be successful, you don't only need to be online. So in a way, I will depart from what we have heard today. I think that we equally need to supplement our actions in a digital environment. We need equally to supplement it by real action. So this is what digital activism is about. It is something that takes place only in the internet, and the only thing that we do is doing clicks. But what we actually need, as the previous presenters, even from Kyrgyzstan, from Ukraine, etc., have said and argued, the necessity actually to have real action on the ground. Otherwise, we will never witness change. I found you, so you're there. So there's a very interesting article in New Yorker. I will upload it. It's one of my beloved articles where they actually talk against the click activism, and they say that if we had only click activism in the 50s and the 60s, we would never have witnessed the social change in the United States in relation with the discrimination against the black people, because everyone would have stayed in their houses, just put a click, and they would never have taken a real action. So, our campaign was EU Next Generation, youth informing, engaging, and motivating for European elections. What we have done, it is the following, okay? Okay, this is me. And just give me 1 second. I will actually present you the summary of the logic behind of our campaign, that it combined several things, and then the lessons that we learned by applying this campaign, and that might be helpful for you. So our aim actually was to inform, engage, and motivate the young people that they were about to vote in the European elections. Why there was a necessity to do so? Because in 2014, there was a great abstain from youth that they decided not to go and vote in the European parliamentary elections. And in this election, it was really crucial. We wanted actually, through their participation, to be able to fight disinformation and to fight actually extremism. So it was a need to motivate people in order to do so. Especially in the case of Greece, because we had, for the first time, voters being on 17 years old, we wanted to specifically to target at them, because they consist of a specific, let's say, key audience that I will let you know about it. So our target audience was youth people, which we have to have in mind that is, as all the speakers have said before, that it's not a unified body, but we have to move away from the notion that we are dealing with one audience. Not anymore. We're dealing with more audiences that are totally related or go around with what are their interests, what they want to follow, etc. Specifically, we aimed at the ones that they were voting for first time in these elections. They were 70 years old. They consisted 15% of the electoral body, and why they were important. Because as you can know, the thing that you will vote for the first time will follow you even in the next elections. So we didn't want them actually to abstain from voting. We needed them to be part of the democratic institutions. So what are the key actions that we have run? We conducted the media monitoring, watching actually what the media were discussing about hashtags in Twitter, in internet, etc. Secondly, we have actually organized debates regarding key issues that we consider that they were important for this kind of audience. Thirdly, we have organized journalistic workshops in order to equip journalists with all these tools that they need to have them in order to address this audience, not only to keep the knowledge for us, but also to disseminate it. Then we organized flash mobs. I will let you know later on what these actions are about. And then we organized typical campaigns. So the toolbox that we used, Okay, so this is our project. The media monitoring, it was actually, we have followed all the media regarding the topics that they have covered, etc. On the first table, you could see actually the tweets as they were going from March, and we have actually the most of them close to the election, and the other one, it relates actually with the mentions regarding the issues regarding European elections. So by monitoring the media, we knew in a way what they were discussing about, whether or not European elections were capturing their attention. So we knew how actually to intervene and engage the audience based on what it was also being discussed in traditional media and digital media, in order actually to build our campaigns. Then we organized 3 specific workshops for journalists in order to discuss how they can address younger audience, what are the things that they are interested for, but also to equip them with the necessary knowledge in order to be able to cover the European elections in a very accurate way. The other thing that we have done is that we have organized debates regarding specific issues like youth unemployment, youth and studies in European Union, etc., in order actually to attract their interest regarding these issues. And then, but also we have run some campaigns where you can see these photos. We have organized a party at the final day before the election, because as you know, party always motivates you most. We have organized some street, let's say, events with groups, etc., around the city. And what we have done, it is that we have moved on this actually campaign where we placed materials in every bus. What was the purpose of placing material in the hangars of every bus? Because we knew that actually we would be able to reach the audience in a more permanent way, continuously, especially in the last week before the elections. Did it have an impact? Yes, we consider that it had an impact, because as you know, this commuting we consider them as a very good platform in order to address people, especially when they try actually to read something really quick, etc. What are the lessons that we learned? The lessons we learned that are the following. The first one is that traditional forms of addressing the public has limited impacts. No, I'm on time, no worries. So they have a limited impact. I think that we think actually that it doesn't work anymore. I mean, we have to move beyond that. We have to go somewhere else. We have to go either digital or other forms in engaging the public. So we have seen that young people were less interested in a classical form where you actually take an issue and start have experts discussing about it. They don't care at all. Secondly, is the one that it had most impact, it is that engaging, as you have said, participatory activities. One of them was the following. We came in contact with a European youth concert that they exist in Thessaloniki, and in addition with people that they would sing the hymn of Europe. What we have done is that we mobilized 70 musicians and 50 people that they would sing this song. So we went on Saturday midday in places where we knew that people would be around, and we set up this flash mob. It attracted a lot of interest. It engaged the people because actually a lot of people started disseminating the message, the video, etc. So we reached an audience that was far beyond effective that it would have been done if, for example, we have run a paid campaign or whatever. Why it was effective, you will see it later on. We have a video as well. So traditional campaigns in that way are equally important even with the digital ones. Why they're equally important? Because they motivate people. What you have actually heard to date was that the main thing is to capture the attention, but also equally is to motivate people to do things. So we need doers. We don't only need clickers. That's the main thing. So how do we do that? By equally engaging them in real actions, and even moving beyond our scope of sphere, even trying to attract the interest of audience that sometimes we thought that they might not be interested. We think that digital campaign sometimes leads into a click participation. So the main challenge is not only to capture the interest. The main challenge is actually how to do that, to turn that in action, as the YouTube campaign have done. So it is the EU Next Gen campaign learned us actually that the main thing was to engage and also to motivate people in order to give them a good reason to discuss about your agenda, and on the next level actually to move them into action. Can we see the video before I depart? So the video is from these flash mobs that I have told you about, where we had this concert. It was the biggest flash mob taking place. So this is, you can like have a... So we had young people playing the music and also young people singing in the upper floor. So that meant that we captured the attention both of the parents and the other young people as well. Even the real younger generation, that we want them to vote as well after 20 years. So, before I just leave the floor, and because in every concert and in every conference we have to, there is a man or a woman behind the decks, let's give a big applause to Anna, that she's actually supporting the whole thing. And thank you very much, guys. You're doing an excellent job, and I'm really happy to be part of this network. Thank you very much.